right, we've got breaking news just coming in. Ankita Lokhande has spoken to India Today. Ankita has broken her silence on Sushant Singh Rajput's death. According to Ankita, Sushant Singh Rajput was not depressed. Remember, this is just a claim. Ankita claiming Sushant Singh Rajput was not depressed. He achieved his goals. She's not a psychiatrist, but she's making this claim as somebody who was close to Sushant Singh Rajput and was in a relationship with Sushant Singh Rajput before Riya Chakraborty. She's spoken to India Today. Let's listen in to what she has to say.
Joining me now, Ankita Lokhande, long-time friend, was very, very close to Sushant Singh Rajput for many years. Ankita, I appreciate you joining us. Firstly, tell me, you've said that there is no way that you can believe that Sushant Singh Rajput could have been depressed. There's no way that you can believe that he could have killed himself. Why do you believe so?
Because I knew Sushant so well. I have been with him from last so many years. And I know this guy cannot do it. Because when he was there with me, I have always seen him, cheering up other people. If they are feeling low also, he was there to motivate them. How could a person then think about something like that? I don't believe that because I was not there with him for the last 4 years. But, I have seen him for 7 years. I have seen this man for 7 years. He was passionate about his dreams. He was passionate about his life. He was passionate about his dance. He was passionate about his talent. He was passionate about acting. He was so passionate about each and everything in his life. He can't do it. He can't just finish his life. He can't do that. It's a wrong thing to say. He can't get depressed. Why will he get depressed? There has to be a reason for the depression, right? What was the reason though? What was the reason for the depression? Why was he depressed? He was doing good so well. He was doing so well in his career. He was doing such a good films. When he was with me, that was the starting of his career. There also, उसका career जो अभी था, जो graph अभी था और जो तब था, what difference था? But still, he never thought of, doing something like this. तो अभी अगर मैं देखती हूँ, वो graph तो अलग ही था. He was a star. He was a star. So why will he think of finishing his life? Why would he do that? And why? There has to be a reason. या तो कुछ तकलीफ दे रही थी उसे चीजें तो उसने he was in depression. But I don't think so because he was such a वो एक ऐसा लड़का था कि वो इस थॉट को आने से पहले ही खत्म कर सकता था because he was such a strong-headed guy. He knew what he wants to do. because उसने हमेशा अपने goals बनाए हुए थे लाइफ में. 5 साल में मैं ये करूंगा, 5 साल बाद. And when you see those diaries, when I have seen those diaries, after 5 years, actually उसने वो सारी चीजें कर चुका था. वो fulfill हो चुकी. So जो लड़का इतना balanced है, जिसको पता है exactly मैं 5 साल में यहाँ पर हूँगा, तो वो कैसे ऐसा कर सकता? He was a reader. He used to read such beautiful books, such knowledgeable books. उसका दिमाग मतलब अलग level पर था. So मेरे लिए this thing, when people say he was in a depression, I completely deny it. I don't accept.
So Ankita, before I move on, and I'm going to talk to you about all these theories that are floating around, but then if you do not believe that he was depressed and he did not commit suicide, what do you think happened?
I'm saying he was not depressed.
Okay.
That's my thing. What I'm saying. And if somebody is saying that suicide, I want to know what was the reason behind it. And if somebody has murdered him, I want to know who did that. There are both the cases, right? Because we all are here for the justice. We all really want to know. Because his family is going through a bad time, bad phase. I mean, nobody can believe, nobody can imagine what are they going through. They've lost their son. They've lost their brother. And I am standing for their family. I am standing for Sushant's family. And I want to know कि सुशांत के साथ क्या हुआ. I think we all want to know सुशांत के साथ क्या हुआ. तो मुझे भी जानना है. But one thing I'm very sure of, that depression is something which was it's impossible for me. Very impossible.
So it's impossible for you to believe that he was depressed, right?
Yes.
Ankita, before moving on, I want to ask you, the Bihar police visited your place. They questioned you. What was the conversation like? Did you also record a statement with the Mumbai police and now with the Bihar police? What was the probe about? What were the questions? They
asked me about the details. They asked me whatever, about Sushant and me and about... Because I had nothing to say but what, I've spent with Sushant. Like my 7 years of my life I have spent with Sushant. So I already, जो वो 4 साल में सुशांत था, मुझे तो उसका कुछ अंदाजा ही नहीं है. But हाँ, जो मैंने वक्त बताया, I definitely told them everything about Sushant, what kind of a person he was, what he wanted always from the life. So I told them everything. But उसके अलावा they I mean statement as in they didn't take any sign from me, you know. I didn't. मतलब मुझे पता है जहाँ तक statements you sign somewhere. So ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ है.
Okay.
But हाँ, details के मतलब detailing में बात हुई है.
Okay.
Even with Mumbai police also and with Patna police also.
All right. And immediately after the family filed a complaint, an FIR was filed against Riya Chakrabarti, you shared an Instagram post saying truth wins.
Yeah.
Explain to me that post, and do you think Riya Chakrabarti is culpable?
I said truth wins. मतलब ट्रूथ जीतता है, सच्चाई जीतती है, और हम सबको सच्चाई जाननी है, तो उसकी जीत होगी. That's what I meant. I want to know what happened.
Right.
That's the only concern I am, and that's why I'm here. Me, Sushant's fans, Sushant's family, everybody wants to know Sushant के साथ क्या हुआ, क्योंकि जो हुआ है वो बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं हुआ है. It's a big loss. It's a very big loss for all of us. And एक अच्छा हंसता हुआ लड़का ऐसी चला जाए.
No, but the timing of it, you know, do you believe that, how do you think, you know, the relationship between Riya and Sushant, that there are all sort of theories. Do you believe that the family's complaint is credible? Because as they are saying, Riya ne usko isolate kar diya tha, she isolated him, she cut him off from everyone, including the family members, including the film industry, and she left 1 week before he died?
See, I can't comment on Sushant's and Riya's relationship because I was not there only. How can I come? You know, एक होता है अगर मैं दोस्त भी हूँ तो मुझे कुछ पता है, but I am not there in this anywhere.
Right.
But as a family, as Sushant's family is there, I want to take a stand for them. I want to be.
So
with
you
them.
believe? So were you close to the family? Do you believe that they are credible?
Yes, because see, अगर आप किसी पे इल्जाम लगाते हो, तो I'm sure you have so many views. They must have something at least, you know, to prove it. They must have something to show people. So you know, after Sushant has left, I feel that, you know, on a humanity level, on a family level, I know these people. I have been in touch with them from last 4 years.
Okay.
I know Shweta Di, Rani Di, but I was not in touch with Sushant. But as a family, I've spent my 7 years of life with them. You know, I've given that much of time, affection, love, everything we have shared. So that's my duty, that's my responsibility, you know, towards them also, that I should take a stand.
You've also said that you were surprised that Riya left the house 1 week before he died, because you've been following the case and the investigation.
Which one? What?
You've also said that you were surprised that Riya left the house 1 week before he died, because you've been following the investigation. Was that a shocker for you?
Like now she left, or like before?
1 week before, when he died on June 14th, 1 week before he passed away, she had left his house.
Okay. Yeah, that is, I mean, see, if you say, 1 second, ho gaya? If you, I got to know that she left, I mean, on 8th of June, and I really have no idea kya hua, kaise hua, because see, I'm no one to comment on this, because that's not my concern. Riya is not my concern. My concern is Sushant and Sushant's family.
Okay.
So definitely she left, and agar aapko pata hai ki he was not well, because if you say so, then why would you leave somebody like that? आपको फिर या तो आपको पेरेंट्स को बताना चाहिए. अगर मैं होती तो मैं ये करती. Nobody saying कि आप रहो, but please inform the family, you know.
Yeah.
He's not in good state of mind, so be with him. So at least वो करना चाहिए था. ऐसे अकेले नहीं छोड़ना चाहिए था. अगर आप इतने confident हो that he was in a depression, and so this is what I would have done.
Ankita, so let's talk about Sushant Singh Rajput. As you said, you were very, very close to him. Last 4 साल में आपका नहीं था इतना interaction, लेकिन उससे पहले, you know, from Pavitra Rishta to what he did with MS Dhoni till MS Dhoni 2016 is just incredible. Self-made guy, comes into the industry, theatre, then TV, then blockbuster film like MS Dhoni. But, you know, before Sonchiriya, he wrote this post in a reply to a fan कि यार आप मेरी मूवी देखो नहीं तो मुझे इंडस्ट्री से बाहर फेंक देंगे, मेरा कोई गॉडफादर नहीं है. Now you've spent so much time with him. Did he feel like that? Did he feel alienated? Were there some gangs in the industry who were actually trying to block him, who didn't let him be the superstar that he could have been?
Sushant was a guy who was very conscious about his own image. Very conscious. Because he always used to tell me, I don't have any godfather. So I have only my fans. जो मुझे बनाकर रखेंगे. So, somewhere that was in his mind that यही है जो है मेरे. So I remember he used to always give that 1 hour of time every day to chat with his fans. Every day. I used to ask him, क्या कर रहे हो तुम? Why you chat? So he used to tell me, Ankita, I have to give my time because I don't have any godfather and these are the people who will keep me there. अगर मैं एक भी मेरा downfall होता है ना, so I don't have any another chance to come up. Because we don't have anyone. हमने अपने आप को इतनी मुश्किल से यहाँ तक लाया and we had to survive. So that, he was kind of like that because he was little, he wanted to know from each and everyone that if he is doing this, is he right? Like लोगों को अच्छा लग रहा है क्या? Because उसको वो अच्छा लगता था. वो जब वो पूछता था ये सारी चीजें, उसको appreciation बहुत अच्छा लगता था लोगों का. Like everyone, like every other artist, artist ही ऐसा होता है अगर उसके लिए तालियां ही ना बजे तो वो एक अधूरापन हमेशा रहता है. So he was one of those artists जिसको जानना होता था कि मैं ये कर रहा हूँ तो क्या लोगों को अच्छा लग रहा है. So वो चीज हमेशा से उसके अंदर.
So it affected him or it mattered to him.
It definitely mattered.
It mattered to him. Ankita, I'm going to continue this discussion. I'm going to come to you after a short break when we'll talk about his image being tarnished. Just after a short break. Welcome back. We are in conversation with Ankita Lokhande. Ankita, we were talking about Sushant and how people's perception, people's feedback really mattered for him. दो सवाल है आपसे यहाँ पर. पहले, tell me honestly, were there some powerful people in the industry who did not like the fact that this guy who was an outsider, self-made guy, made it so big, especially with MS Dhoni? He was like the next big thing. He was the big thing. Secondly, we've spoken so much about blind items. जिसको बोलते हैं इतना गंद लिखा गया उनके बारे में. People accused him of being a skirt chaser, उनको drug addict बना दिया. People said all sort of nasty things about him without really writing his name. The combination of these two things, how do you think it affected him?
I have no idea about the first question what you asked, but I have so many. I will always talk what I know about.
Yes,
him,
sure.
What I have seen on, So when he was with me, Sanjay sir, Sanjay Leela Bansali, he gave us a chance. He gave us a chance where he wanted both of us to work in a movie.
Yeah.
And it was a pure talent. He took us on a pure talent. There was no nepotism.
Yeah.
He only wanted us to work. He only wanted us to be in the film. मतलब Mr. Bansali जैसे इंसान जो इतने बड़े हैं और उन्होंने हमें बहुत ऑफर किया था, बहुत चीजें.
लेकिन अंकिता, सॉरी मैं आपको काट रहा हूँ, लेकिन उन्होंने ऑफर किया, लेकिन आदित्य चोपड़ा ने बोल रहे हैं कि आदित्य चोपड़ा के साथ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट था. दोनों के स्टेटमेंट रिकॉर्ड करे मुंबई पुलिस ने. संजय लीला बंसाली एक बात बोल रहे हैं, आदित्य चोपड़ा अलग बात बोल रहे हैं. संजय लीला बंसाली बोल रहे हैं YRF ने बोला कि पानी, वो फिल्म शूट उसकी प्लानिंग हो रही थी तो उसकी वजह से उन्होंने मना कर दिया. आदित्य चोपड़ा बोले हमें कभी उन्होंने अप्रोच ही नहीं किया था. तो ये अलग अलग बातें हैं दोनों. कुछ रिफ्ट था. That's why I'm asking you, was he stopped from doing these big films?
But that time, what I remember, Sushant, yes, there was this Pani film happening, and I'm very sure he wanted to do Pani. He was working on it. He was working on Pani. And Sanjay sir, both are saying right, what I know.
Okay.
Aditya sir is also saying right, and Sanjay sir is saying right, because I'm sure Sanjay sir offered him a film. And somewhere, I remember Sushant, I think he knew that Pani is in making. I think there was something. I don't exactly remember. हाँ, but Pani बन रही थी. So I think he chose Pani. He chose Pani over Bansali's film. That's what happened, But ऐसा नहीं था कि permission, but Pani बनी ही नहीं. वो अलग चीज हो गई कि Pani बनी ही नहीं.
So how did that affect him? Because that seemed to be like his dream project.
Yeah. That affected him badly, and that's why he left Yash Raj. That's why he left Yash Raj. I remember that.
Okay.
That was the reason he left.
So that was the reason that he left Yash Raj, and Shekhar Kapoor also said that he used to cry on Shekhar Kapoor's shoulder talking about these specials. So definitely there was something.
I see that that time जब मेरे साथ था ये सारी चीजें तब नहीं हो रही थी. ये आई एम श्योर शेखर सर के साथ ये बात भी हुआ होगा जब मुझे नहीं पता इस चीज के बारे में. लेकिन जहाँ तक मुझे याद है, even with Adi sir, I remember he used to call Adi sir जो भी problem होता था, and Adi sir used to call him. जिस दिन उसने बात की, he used to call Sushant then and there and to discuss problems with him. Aditya sir ने कभी ऐसे नहीं किया जितना मुझे याद है. कभी भी ऐसे नहीं. He was always appreciate. सुशांत की बहुत तारीफ करते थे. ये मेरे सामने की बात है इसलिए मैं बोल रही हूँ क्योंकि मैं जानती हूँ. I have seen that thing. So I know this. But yes, because of Pani he got upset. But otherwise, Adi sir has always appreciated what Sushant has done. Always appreciated his talent. Always.
Fine. The second question, Ankita, the blind items. Was there a systematic process behind tarnishing and targeting Sushant Singh Rajput specifically? As I said, skirt chaser, drug addict, crazy guy, outspoken.
I want to tell you one thing. It's not just Sushant. Blind items सबके लिए हो. Blind items मेरे ऊपर भी हुए होंगे. Blind items Sushant पर. So you know ये चीजें मुझे शायद affect ना करे. But हर इंसान एक जैसा नहीं होता. Everybody is not same. I take it. I don't even read it. You know. But some people are like that. जैसे सुशांत. वो उसको अफेक्ट करती होगी. आई एम वेरी श्योर अफेक्ट करती. किस मतलब मुझे लगता है मैं पढ़कर शायद छोड़ भी दूं. मुझे सच में नहीं लगेगा. बट सुशांत जैसा इंसान जो इतना सेंसिटिव है हर चीज को लेकर, उसको बड़ी चीजों से फर्क नहीं पड़ता था. बट जो छोटी छोटी चीजें होती थी शायद उनसे उसको बहुत फर्क पड़ता था. तो यस, इट मस्ट हैव affected him badly.
Right, you said that, blind items, of course, they are written about everyone, but the volume of blind items written about Sushant Singh Rajput, अगर आप उठा के देखें, बहुत ज़्यादा stories उनके बारे में हो रही थी, बहुत ज़्यादा. And that's why I think the police not only interrogated or questioned one journalist, they've called in as many as 3 to 4 journalists just to talk about the blind items. मतलब 3-4 लोगों को बुलाया गया है सिर्फ इसके बारे में बात करने कि क्या आपको कोई पे कर रहा था या क्या आप पे कोई certainly कोई इंडस्ट्री का बड़ा आदमी आप पे प्रेशर डाल रहा था या आपको बोल रहा था, इंस्ट्रक्ट कर रहा था that you do blind items just against Sushant Singh Rajput.
I have no idea about this. I literally have no idea.
Okay, so you don't believe that there was a systematic process going after him. Also, Ankita, the money trail, lots of people are not talking about, because we are diving deeper into what could have been the reason for his depression if he was depressed. The money trail, people are saying his family is also alleged कि 17 करोड़ में से 15 करोड़ गायब हो गए. Now the CA has said कि इतना पैसा था नहीं account में. Money, how much did money matter for Sushant Singh Rajput? Could he have spiraled into depression because of that?
No, he was never a money-minded guy. We always used to talk about it. सब खत्म हो गया तो मैं वापस मैं कुछ फार्मिंग कर लूंगा और उससे पैसा कमा लूंगा. बिकॉज़ सुशांत के लिए पैसा कभी इतना इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं था, कभी नहीं था. वो कुछ भी करके he could have built his empire again. I was very sure about this. तो पैसे की वजह से डिप्रेशन और ये सब, it's all false. For me, I don't believe that.
Okay, and also the moments that you spent with him, as आप बता रहे हो, talk to me some of the memories, because इतना ज़्यादा सब कुछ चल रहा है, इतना ज़्यादा probe हो रही है. I want to know some happy facts about Sushant Singh Rajput. Let's remember him in a positive way. So, because you've really spent a long time with him, I've done some brilliant interviews with him. I love the guy. As you said, he could talk about astronomy, astrology, सब चीज़ के बारे में बात करता था. बहुत ही energetic इंसान था. Talk to me about some of the happy moments and the memories of Sushant Singh.
I think what I know about Sushant is he was very funny. मतलब उसकी अपनी ही sense of humor होता था और वो कुछ अपना joke मारता था और खुद हंसता था. So I only, there are times when we were shooting for Pavitra Rishta and वही time है मेरे पास, I've spent 7 years and I think each and every day, it was really good. It was very motivating. I think Sushant was one of those who really motivated me so much. I mean, बहुत कम लोग आपकी life में ऐसे आते हैं और जो आपको बहुत कुछ सिखाकर चले जाते हैं. So Sushant was one of that. He was very, he was very foodie. He used to love food. I mean, खाना दे दो सब भूल जाएगा. He was like that. He was absolutely like. He used to love singing. चाहे सुर हो ना हो, and I still remember, ऐसे कुछ गाते रहता था. And he was very passionate about everything. He was very passionate, and he had big dreams, very big. And he always wanted to do everything. उसको producer भी बनना है, director भी बनना है, ये भी करना है, वो भी करना है, ये भी करना है. So उसको ऐसा चाहिए था कि मैं सब कर लूँ. उसके पास ऐसा लगता था अभी मेरे पास वक्त है, मुझे सब करना है. So मैं सुशांत को जानती हूँ. मैं बस इसी सुशांत को मैं जानकर और उसकी स्माइल और सारी मतलब I want people to remember him as a hero. I want people to remember him as a great human being. I want people to remember him as a savior. He has saved so many people's lives. Yeah. He was there for children. He has given education to so many children. Let him remember that way. suicide, depression, such a sad things to talk about such person. यार मतलब बहुत हो गया ये तमाशा. अब बस खत्म करते हैं और उसकी अच्छी बातों को लेकर याद करते हैं. जो होगा वो होगा. जिसने जो किया नहीं किया, जो रीजन है, जस्टिस मिलेगा, वो हो जाएगा. लेकिन एटलीस्ट तब तक तो उसके बारे में अच्छा बोलते हैं. Everyone, let's talk good about him. If he has done something good, कहीं ना कहीं उसका बहुत कंट्रीब्यूशन है हम सबकी लाइफ में. सबने उसकी फिल्म्स देखी है, सबने कहीं ना कहीं कुछ तो सीखा होगा. सबने आज तो सब लोग बात कर रहे हैं सुशांत के बारे में. So let's talk good about it. Let's talk good about it.
Yeah, nobody can deny the fact that he was a big star.
Disturb karo, please, last question.
Yes. 2 more questions. We are ending this. Obviously, there was a huge sentimental attachment, with the fans. How the fans erupted after he died. They needed some answers. The whole insider versus outsider debate, the nepotism debate. 2 questions and then we'll end this. Firstly, Ankita, do you think this will change the industry's bigwigs' mindset towards outsiders? How tough is it for outsiders to make it big in the industry?
Can you repeat the question, please?
For outsiders such as Sushant Singh Rajput, how tough is it to make it into the industry, to become a big star and to sustain themselves? And do you think the industry will change their mindset, these privileged clubs or the movie mafia, as Kangana says, will they change their mindset towards outsiders?
See, I am also entering this industry now. I am also a newcomer. So, it's a little scary, It's a little scary where आपको नहीं पता आपको कैसे लोग एक्सेप्ट करेंगे या नहीं करेंगे. बहुत हर जगह, not just in the film industry. Competition is everywhere. And I always say, this is a competition. I don't know nepotism, ये वो, but I am very sure एक talent जैसी चीज है, अगर वो आप में है तो आप आगे निकलोगे. मुझे इतना पता है. अब अगर आप में टैलेंट है, अगर आपका इमोशनल कनेक्शन आपके ऑडियंस के साथ है, आज क्यों पूरी दुनिया सुशांत के साथ खड़ी है? कोई बड़ा इंसान नहीं खड़ा है, लेकिन पूरा भारत खड़ा है. क्यों? क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं उसका वो बॉन्ड जो ऑडियंस के साथ डायरेक्टली जुड़ा है, वो उस वजह से आज ऑडियंस. तो मुझे अगर जहां तक पता है, एज एन आउटसाइडर, जो सुशांत को बनाया वो आउटसाइडर पब्लिक ने बनाया. मैं विश्वास करती हूँ, मैं अपने टैलेंट पे विश्वास करती हूँ. एज एन आउटसाइडर मुझे कहीं फिट नहीं होना. आई डोंट वांट टू फिट इन एनीवेयर. आई डोंट वांट टू गेट इनटू एनी ग्रुप. आई डोंट वांट एनी गैंग. मुझे लगता है मैं एक छोटा सा फिल्म भी कर लूंगी, छोटी बजट का. अगर मुझ में टैलेंट है तो मैं वहां से भी निकल जाऊंगी. या तो मैं अगर मैं बड़ी फिल्म भी कर लूंगी और मुझ में कुछ नहीं है ना, तो मेरा कुछ नहीं हो सकता. That's what I believe.
Now, Ankita, you've spoken to the Bihar police, the Mumbai police. There is a huge call for a CBI probe in this matter. Do you support a CBI probe in the matter, in the investigation?
See, I don't. It's not about whom I support. I believe in justice. जहाँ justice मिलेगा मैं वहाँ रहूँगी. That's the only thing. But yes, I have spoken to Maharashtra police. I have spoken to them, and I live in Maharashtra. मैं यहाँ बहुत safely रहती हूँ. मैं बहुत security के साथ रहती हूँ. यहाँ के लोग पुलिस मुझे secure करती है, and I believe in them. I totally believe in them. There are people out there who want CBI, but for me, मैं उतना ही बिलीव महाराष्ट्र पुलिस में भी करती हूँ. आई डेफिनेटली बिलीव इन देम आल्सो. सो फॉर मी, जो जस्टिस सुशांत को दिला सकता है वो मेरे लिए अच्छा.
Okay, final question and we'll end this. Now, you worked with Kangana and she's been at the forefront. Lots of people have called her an opportunist, but she has just been at it, targeting some of the biggest names from Bollywood. She's even called Riya Chakrabarti a gold digger.
So what do you want me to say?
Do you support Kangana's stand?
See, I don't. I see Kangana is very outspoken. Whatever she says, it's always she has that point where she's clarifying something. But I'm not here for that. I'm here for Sushant. I'm here for Sushant's justice. I want to talk about Sushant. That's my concern. That's my matter. And जब तक सुशांत को justice नहीं मिलता, I will fight for Sushant. I'm not here for nepotism. I'm not talking about any इधर उधर का. मुझे सिर्फ सुशांत के लिए बात करनी है. So I'm very clear about it.
Okay, final then, concluding comments on Sushant Singh Rajput. You've told us how you want the world to remember him. We saw Chichore and Soncharia last year, a brilliant performer. Did you see Dil Bechara? And such a bright career in front of him. Also, after MS Dhoni, do you think when his career sort of dipped a bit, that could have been a reason to affect Sushant Singh Rajput?
After MS Dhoni?
After MS Dhoni, when he didn't get, till Chichore, he didn't have that super hit sort of a film. Do you think box office sort of matters for him?
I have already told you that Sushant was not somebody जिसको इन सारी चीजों से फर्क पड़ेगा नहीं. वो अपना शॉर्ट फिल्म बना के भी खुश रह सकता था. और अभी तक ये बोलना कि उसको अफेक्ट किया, मतलब यू आर डिक्लेयरिंग इट दैट ही कमिटेड सुसाइड. सो आई डोंट अग्री टू दैट. सो नथिंग कैन अफेक्ट हिम बिकॉज दीज थिंग्स कैन नॉट अफेक्ट हिम. He was in a very good space as in career wise. He was in a very good space as in career because अगर वो मेरे साथ रहकर वो पवित्र रिश्ता छोड़ने के बाद 3 साल घर बैठा था तो आज तो कहीं उसी लेवल पर था. उन 3 सालों में उस लड़के ने वहां से वहां पहुंचने के लिए बहुत मेहनत की थी. सो आई डोंट थिंक सो ही कैन एवर think of it or this thing can matter to him. I'm very sure.
Right. Well, Ankita Lokhande, thank you for giving us time and appreciate your joining us. News and updates continue on India Today.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.